Hello, friends, and welcome into the Browns Report by Chat Sports. I am your host, Tom Downey, here to take a look at the wide receiver duo of Odell Beckham and Jarvis Landry and whether or not it really is one of the best in the NFL. Now, our source for this is Pro Football Focus, who ranked the top 32 receivers in the NFL, and both OBJ and Jarvis Landry ranked in the top 25. The Browns, in the end, were one of just 7 teams with 2 receivers in the top 32, and it comes after a year in which Baker Mayfield was much, much better down the stretch. He closed the year so strong, as we've mentioned many a time on these videos. Odell Beckham, however, wasn't really a part of that. He was coming off his knee injury. We'll spend some more time on OBJ and Landry in just a second. But first, the duos that were ranked here. The Falcons, at least for the time being, Julio, number 5, Calvin Ridley, number 11. That might change in the near future, we'll see. Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson, both in the top 10 there, 9 and 10 respectively. The Bucs had Mike Evans and Chris Godwin at 12 and 13. I'll also make note, Antonio Brown was number 24. Stephon Diggs was number 8. Cole Beasley was number 23. Quick aside on this point here. I thought some of the rankings of receivers were a little bit out of control. I like Cole Beasley a lot. I'm not sure I'd call him a top 25 receiver in the NFL. Either way, Seattle was next up here. They were number 5 with the DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett 1-2 punch, 15 and 22. Odell Beckham and Landry, 18 and 21, just barely behind Seattle in that list. And then also Will Fuller and Devontae Parker, 25 and 27. So the Browns duo of Beckham and Landry did not crack the top 5. Do you agree or disagree with that? Are Odell Beckham and Jarvis Landry a top 5 wide receiver duo? Get your votes in for me. Type Y for yes, type N for no. I would take that duo over Stephon Diggs and Cole Beasley, although I do think there were some other teams that kind of got short on the stick on those teams. But get your votes in. Y for yes, N for no. Now some more on each of these players, and I believe that Odell Beckham will have a bit of a resurgence this year. The offense, I think, will be in a better chemistry position. I think Beckham and Baker's Mayfield chemistry will grow as well, and the offense was better down the stretch. I don't think because Beckham wasn't a part of it, but because they just figured it out. Like the coaching staff and players, it was gelling there. But I do think it's important to point this out. Odell Beckham in Cleveland, his 16-game average here, that's not top 20 receiver numbers. It's not the same guy that was so incredible back when he was with the New York Giants. And I do wonder if we'll ever see this level of 16-game average again out of OBJ. But you know what? That's okay too. If he can put up 1,200 yards, split the difference there between 16-game average with New York and 16-game average with the Giants, well, then you've got a top 10 receiver once again. I thought 18 was a pretty fair ranking for Odell Beckham, even coming off a couple down years in the injury. As for Jarvis Landry, I don't mind putting him in the top 25. He does a lot of good things for Cleveland. I do think it might be just a little bit rich. I have seen the comments of Jarvis Landry better than Julio Jones. I'm not saying get rid of Jarvis Landry. Please don't take it that way. I just think that he's not as good as Julio Jones. But he's a good football player, a very strong slot receiver. If he can up those numbers a little bit, if the Browns air it out a little bit more, then this duo is indeed, at least as far as I'm concerned, a top 5 unit in the NFL.